This is Brick Wall Cinema with your host, Chance the Riot. And on today's episode, me and Sergio will be talking about the new 2024 Jason Statham action movie called The Beekeeper.
Alright, so this is more of a special kind of exception that we're doing since you're releasing this pretty early, aren't you?
Well, now I have to. I was going to release it the day of.
Isn't that still early kind of for you? You usually do these on Mondays, don't you?
Actually, yeah, I do. So I'll be releasing on Friday. So, hey, we got an early screening of this. We got to meet the director. Got to meet a bunch of other obnoxious, loud people in the theater.
Yeah, the Unit 2 manager too, right?
Yeah, and the writer too.
Oh, yeah.
They're all super nice people too.
Oh, yeah, they were great.
Yeah, we had to go over to LA for that.
It was a trip.
Yeah, for you, I had to drive. Anyway, let's start with a synopsis for The Beekeeper. On IMDb, it says, in The Beekeeper, one man's brutal campaign for vengeance takes on national stakes after he is revealed to be a former operative of a powerful and clandestine organization known as Beekeepers. So, Sergio, let's start with our first impressions.
Well, I actually did not go into this expecting too much, mostly because because the last Jason Statham movie that we saw was the Meg 2, and honestly, the movie was not that good, but I did like seeing it because it was just really funny to me because I did not take anything seriously. But I was interested to see what Jason Statham had done because he's a pretty good action movie star, but when I came in here, I was pleasantly surprised to see I enjoyed this movie. The story was very simple, and you could probably see the beats of it coming from a mile away, but overall, if you just don't try to dig too much deep into it because it's a very simple story, you get to pretty enjoyable ride of an action movie.
I thought it was way better than I expected it to be because last movie you dragged me to was Meg 2, The Trench, and I still resent you to this day for that. I'm never gonna let you live this down.
It doesn't matter to me.
It should.
It only matters to you.
Because I had to go through that shit. You were too busy laughing your ass off. I'm there just watching this is my life. This is where I am. Watching a big-ass prehistoric shark fight Jason Statham. Anyway, but The Beekeeper, it was very simple, but that's sort of his charm with it, I think.
It really relied more on the characters rather than the story.
Yeah, because the story is very simple. Just a guy that's hanging out with his neighbor, that's pretty old, played by Felicia Rashad, and after she gets scammed by some people on phone, they take all her money. She kills herself, and he just on a rampage to kill off all the people that work to get that done.
Because it's part of a bigger organization where they do this to all kinds of people all the time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as he finds that, because I'm pretty sure at the beginning, I think it was more about him just getting revenge for for that woman who hired him, his neighbor. But then when he goes there and he sees all this stuff happening, it just turns into it keeps getting bigger, saying I'm gonna take this down, then I'm gonna take the next thing down. It's like cutting off the head of a hydra
or head of a queen, like the queen bee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of bee puns here today, so get ready to hear that, followed by.
He said it.
So get ready for that.
All right, and one interesting question we came up with when watching the movie is this is a kind of an unsuspecting job for a expert a kind of operative to kind of have, but we were thinking what other kind of jobs actually would feel like a ex-operative would actually take up and would be a pretty surprising kind of job for them to take. We were thinking like a janitor or something like that, right?
Yeah, you say janitor.
There was also the doctor, but I'm not sure if that's as surprising because doctors usually have a good understanding of the human body, and we've seen that kind of in Death Wish.
Death Wish. Tell me about Death Wish, Sergio.
Death Wish, well, it was with Bruce Willis, and it was a pretty interesting. It's kind of the same as Beekeeper, but the main character who's played by Bruce Willis is not an expert in assassins or weapons or anything. He's just a doctor who's a really good guy, and his house gets targeted, and while his wife and daughter are still in the house by robbers, and then his daughter ends up in the hospital, and his wife dies. And he goes on this kind of downward spiral where he just, while his daughter is in the hospital, he just kind of goes he feels helpless and he can't do much. and you get kind of like a backstory about like him. Then after a while, it boils over to the part where like he just sees all this stuff happening, because like he's a doctor and he sees all the people being hurt, and he's like, I can't take it anymore. And he gets a gun, he finds out how to use it, and he actually uses what he knows around how the hospital works to actually try and get like a sort of like a retribution on the people who actually hurt his family.
That's basically a remake off of the Charles Bronson movie, right?
I think so. I have not seen it though.
Oh, it's pretty good. You gotta watch it.
Oh yeah, we might do that as well.
Yeah, let's do that in honor of another action movie coming out. That's gonna be my new system. We're gonna try releasing a movie based off of what's coming out at the time and do a movie that's related to it in some way or some form. But for this one, we don't know yet. This is a new movie, just came out of nowhere. So let's talk about the cast, Sergio. Apart from Jason Statham, we already know he's a beast on screen.
Oh yeah, they even talked about it like during like the after the movie, like how the director and the writer and the unit manager, they were all talking about like how he was like pretty like intelligent about like the editing part.
Right, like he wanted to see all cuts in the movie and make sure every shot was right, every punch was right, and they nailed it. Like I won't be surprised if later in his future he's gonna start directing his own action movies,
Or maybe be a producer. Either
he's
way.
already a producer.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Oh, I did not know that.
yeah, he produced this movie.
Oh, that's cool.
And we also got Jeremy Irons in the movie as the CIA. Is he a former FBI or still running this FBI?
You mean the old guy who's trying to protect the kid?
Yeah, the guy that plays Scar in Lion King.
No, he's a former, because like he quit that in order to join the company and to make sure that everything runs smoothly and to make sure he doesn't get into much trouble.
Okay. And we also got Josh Hutcherson as the president's son.
Oh yeah, isn't that the same guy who played the older brother in Cintura and also was in Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes.
I knew he was familiar. Like as soon as he came on, I'm like, he looks familiar. I can bet I know him. And it was like, oh yeah, he looks exactly like those actors, but I wasn't sure if it was him because he looks dramatically different from those roles.
Did you ever see the meme of him that's been out lately?
No, I don't think so. What meme?
Throughout so the new Hunger Games movie came out a couple of months ago in November, and like social media there was this whole thing going around saying like there's an credit scene where it just shows a picture of him with holding his arm behind his back, like smiling. Everyone freaking out.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So he's one of the 2023 memes, which was no longer, it's already dated. Damn. And we're doing this in 2024. We already dated ourselves.
Damn.
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 Damn, damn, damn!
Anyway, this movie also started really fast. Didn't you think so? Like, it starts off with the killing, like, in less than like 10 minutes of the movie, and also the movie's in and out.
Oh yeah, like it like I get what you mean. It started off like really simple, like it just like went right into it, and I kind of like that because like I feel like some action movies they focus so much on the action that it's really hard to get into like some of the other stuff that leads up to it. So I feel like this actually did a pretty good job of like laying the groundwork for why this is happening. It didn't spend too much time on it. Like we said before, it's a very simple story. So it mostly like backs off on mostly like doubles down on the action as much as possible.
Right. And even the action is top notch here. I mean,
Oh yeah, one of the best action movies I've seen.
ever?
Oh, I'm not sure if ever because I had to refresh my memories on some of the action movies I've seen. But yeah, I would say it's in like probably in like the top 10.
Also, one thing I should let the audience know that's listening to this podcast is this movie, it says it's an action thriller, but this is honestly a comedy. It's a fucking comedy.
I think it's more or less like you just laugh at the cheesy lines and kind of like the B puns that they make, even though it's few and far between. Despite how serious it is, those kind of things just have a comedic element to it. Like you can laugh at how serious this is.
They know when to be serious and when to be funny.
He said it! He said it!
Oh, yeah.
That's not my best B pun. It's definitely not my best. Anyway, I honestly got a little bummed out that we didn't get more Felicia Rashad in the movie either. Because like when I saw her in the opening credits, I'm like, oh, she can be in the movie the whole time. Cause she got an N above her name. So she's like royalty in this movie. But no, she's the one that dies in the beginning.
I believe she becomes more of like a motivation rather than anything. But it was nice to see her in the movie. Like I get it because that's basically what her character was. They pretty much like said that in the trailer. Like she's not gonna be like the biggest part of the movie, but she will be like a looming like motivation for the character. So it kind of makes sense to me. I didn't really expect her to be like in the movie for very long.
Throughout watching the movie, I also had the thought saying, this movie feels like it's based off an old 80s action TV show.
Oh, you know what? That's exactly what the director said, saying like he wanted to draw inspiration from the action movies he watched growing up.
Yeah, I forgot about I forgot they said that because like this reminded me of the Equalizer too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, like him putting things in his own hands, and also for something very small and it's like it's still a big thing that happened around the world, but he's focused on one because it happened to one person close to him. That's when his push to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's not. I think this is gonna spawn a franchise. What do you think?
Spawn a franchise? I feel like it. It kind of actually it reminds me a lot of like Extraction with like the amount of action. The action is top notch, kind of like Extraction that I saw on Netflix. But it has that old kind of style to it that you see from action movies from back then, and that's kind of refreshing in a way. And I would really like to see more of this, but I'm not really sure what else they would do because like it feels like. Well, what are they gonna do? Is it gonna be like the old action movies where he gets close to someone again and then they die again? It's gonna be like that kind of cycle. Because I kind of hope they do something different with that if they do actually try to make a franchise out of this.
Yeah, because he's still alive at the end. Oh shit. Yeah, we're doing spoilers. Fuck it.
Ah.
Hey, he's still alive at the end.
Oh yeah, he's still alive, and it's a pretty badass exit for a movie though.
Yeah, we should sort of tease. In my head canon, he dives into the ocean. I think he's just gonna go to the Meg 3. He goes in the ocean. He's like, "Fuck! There's a big shark down there," and, and then it starts off with the Meg doing the Jason Statham cinematic universe, y'all. We in it. We here now. You like my impression, Sergio? It's top notch, isn't it? I'm the beekeeper.
He said it. He said it.
Even okay, I want to talk about something else. Like when Josh Hutcherson talks, I forgot his name in the movie, but like the president's son, keep on saying the president's son talks to Jeremy Irons and said like, some beekeepers there. Jeremy Irons like loses his shit from me. He's like, oh my god, did you say beekeeper? No fucking way. You know, if a beekeeper wants you dead, you're fucking dead. Like, and in my head, I'm looking at Sergio saying, what the fuck is up with beekeepers in this world? Are they not who we think we are?
Yeah. I actually knew about this because when I remember this from the trailer that they mentioned that beekeepers is another word for a special covert operators that work in secret in the society and make sure that the system is unharmed.
But he's actually a beekeeper.
Yes.
He keeps bees.
He said it. He said it.
Well, yeah, I guess that's like kind of like a pun of like on the movie of its own, saying like the beekeeper is an operative called a beekeeper. It just feels like just kind of obvious.
I feel like he's really dedicated to beekeeping, though. If that's just a term that they use, why is he so hell bent on keeping that beekeeper motif throughout everything he fucking does?
He said it. He said it.
I think it's more of just being the pun of like the beekeeper is an operative called the beekeeper. Like I said, the story is very simple. There's not much you should really dig into it. Like not much depth to it. So if you're gonna try and like analyze every single thing and use logic or
That's
like
my job.
if you're gonna analyze like every little thing, just like because it's not something you should look too far into. Because like you just have a good time with the action and you just follow the story because it's very simple and not much you should really look into because like we said before, it's a very, very simple story.
I mean, I'm gonna rewatch it for sure because it's honestly really fun. My parents will love this movie.
Oh yeah.
And I think it'll keep my mom awake because she usually just falls asleep through movies just in general lately.
Yeah, my mom does the same thing too. I don't get what it is with moms when like they just fall asleep during the movie.
Yeah, like mainly with my mom, she falls asleep instantly when it comes to space movies, except for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow.
Like,
you know, it happens to the same thing with my mom. Like she loves horror movies, and I would put on a horror movie. She falls asleep instantly. It doesn't matter. Whatever movie I put, it doesn't matter what I'm putting on.
My mom likes horror movies.
She likes horror movies, but I put on a horror movie like years ago, and it was about a mother and a daughter trying to survive in their crashed car as some kind of bear-like monster keeps trying to rip at them. And it's a long time ago, so no one cares about spoilers. But the mother dies, and the girl has to walk out of the forest by herself, and it just cuts off from there. I'm like, and I look over to her, and it's like that was interesting, and I just thought that was interesting. I was like, she's just over there sleeping. She's just dead asleep. And I'm like, God damn it.
You just nudge your mom like, oh, Mom, wake up. Oh, what? I'm sorry. I'm awake. I'm awake, sweet. I'm awake.
No, I just left the room. And then when she woke up, she's like, did the movie finish? I was like, yes, I did an hour ago.
Yeah, and it hurts like when they want to watch a movie and they make you put it on, but then they fall asleep and get stuck watching it while they're asleep.
Yes.
And then they wake up like you're gone out of the room. Like, where'd he go? We're watching a movie.
That happens.
You're asleep. I don't care.
That happens so many times. Even movies we've seen before, and even ones she knows, or even ones she hasn't heard of, she just falls asleep. And as soon as it's done, I leave, and she's like, "Did the movie finish?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Don't feel those so defeated. It's your fault for falling asleep. You don't even make an effort to stay awake."
Just play it again from the beginning. We already started from the beginning. This is the third time watching it again.
Yeah, even movies she's watched and I want to rewatch, she just falls asleep instantly. She's like, "I don't remember watching this because you fell asleep."
My mom always wants me to put on a show for her, like she watches, but she falls asleep while watching the show. So every time I put on a show, it takes me like 5 minutes for me to find what episode she's on. Because every show she watches is always a previously on, and she thinks, "Oh yeah, I seen that part. I seen that. Yeah, I seen that. Well, I haven't seen that before. Wait, go an episode back. Go episode back. No, that's too far. Another one back. Wait, no, I saw this. Let's go ahead." Like, oh well, shit. Oh, I'm sorry then.
Yeah, my mom does the same thing, but it's just that for every movie she hasn't seen, she's always asking why this, why that. Well, you're gonna have to keep watching because that's the whole plot of the movie.
They start talking like Jack Skellington, Nightmare Before Christmas. What's this? What's this?
There's magic in the air.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
There's
yeah.
snowflakes everywhere.
All right, Danny Elfman. Yeah. Let's give our ratings.
All right.
I'll give this a 4 out of 5.
To be honest, I enjoyed this so much. Like, I doubt I would have found it as funny, some of the puns that were in the movie or some of the situations, because like in the theater that we were, you remember the guy that was laughing so much?
He got on my fucking nerves. You saw that? I nudged you. Because him and his girlfriend, they have like 2 distinct laughs, but they still won't shut up. Like, I can't even get mad at them either. Because like, they're like, when they make like a joke saying, what you do, like, you're a beekeeper. I told you to stay down. I never stand down. Like, Jesus Christ.
That was so accurate that the laugh you did, that was accurate to what he did.
Yeah, because exactly how he fucking did that multiple times so I can easily replicate it.
No, I know. It's just that for me, it didn't bother me as much. For me, it just sounded like a sound effect. Like, it just was really funny to hear because his laugh was so distinct like that.
You know what it sounded like to me? Remember the Lego Batman movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the Lego Batman movie, like his laugh, that's exactly how it fucking sounded. If you want to know what he sounds like. Yeah, that's his voice. That was
a little bit higher his voice was, but for me it didn't bother me as much because I just had so much fun watching the movie, and his laugh just made me feel like this is funny because like the story is so simple and there's so many like cliches that are with it that you kind of laugh at it, but like seeing it by yourself, you're just awestruck by the amount of action there's in there. So for me, I honestly nothing really bothered me about it. It was a simple story, but it felt like it worked, and I just like seeing Jason Statham just punching people in the face.
right.
Yeah, so to me, I feel like right now a 5 out of 5, pretty much.
5 out of 5. Holy shit! We need a soundbite for 5 out of 5 because that's a big feat. Yeah, 5 out of 5. Yeah, man.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know why I enjoyed it so much, but I guess I just like I'm a big sucker for like action adventure movies.
You just call yourself a sucker?
Yeah. Why?
No, that was pretty weird. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, I just like this movie, and I seen Jason Statham. I seen a lot of his movies recently, so I just really enjoyed it.
So you say it's top 5 for you?
Probably.
Movies?
Yeah.
I think I still have to go with Crank for me, man.
Crank?
Crank.
Which one was Crank?
Crank is the one where he has have a battery on his heart. You never seen it before?
I don't think so. Is it on Netflix or something?
I don't know where it's on, but I remember watching when I was younger. But I thought it was like just like
Wait,
so
does he
kinetic
wait?
action.
Does he have to have like a adrenaline pumping through him?
Yes.
Oh yes, I know about that one. That one was weird to me because like I watched like action movies that are like thrill rides, and the description that the person was giving is like this guy has to constantly go through thrills of every kind just to stay alive. Like he has to go doing he has to drag a woman on handstand, doing a handstand onto a racetrack and dodge all the horses running by him. And I was like, this is a weird movie, but it looks like it might be fun. But I never got around to watching it because I had no idea where to get it.
All right. So, any final thoughts, Sergio?
No, I believe that's all.
All right, same for me. And I think that we can call it an episode. Hey everyone, thanks for listening. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok at Brick Wall Cinema. Have a cinematic day.